Quick test. Do you wake up 2, 3, or even 4 times every night to use the bathroom? If you answered yes, you're among the 73% of Americans over 65 who are suffering from this exhausting problem right now. The good news, I'm going to show you 3 simple steps that work in just 7 days, and you won't have to stop drinking water. But before we begin, I want to know something from you. Where are you watching this video from and what time is it right now? Please share in the comments. I read every message and it helps me feel connected to you. And if you find this helpful, do press the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. That way, you'll never miss another health tip made specially for elders like you. Let me ask you something. Have you been blaming the water you drink before bed? That's exactly what Carmen thought. She's 67 years old, from Phoenix, Arizona, and she spent 3 years waking up every single night, sometimes 4 or 5 times, dragging herself to the bathroom in the dark. She was exhausted. Her husband was exhausted. She stopped going to dinner with friends because she was embarrassed about constantly asking where the restroom was. She cut out water after 6 p.m. She tried cranberry juice, herbal teas her sister recommended, even those expensive bladder control supplements from the pharmacy. Nothing worked. She told me with tears in her eyes, "Dr. Ramirez, I feel like my body is failing me. I can't remember the last time I slept through an entire night." Here's what Carmen didn't know, and what 89% of American seniors don't realize. The problem isn't the water. It's what happens to that water during the day, and how your body handles it at night. I'm Dr. Alejandro Ramirez. I'm a board-certified neurologist and sleep medicine specialist with 22 years of experience treating patients just like you. I've helped thousands of Americans over 60 reclaim their sleep, their energy, and honestly, their dignity. Because let's be real, when you can't sleep through the night, it affects everything. Your memory gets fuzzy, your mood tanks. You don't have energy to play with your grandchildren. You're terrified of falling in the dark. And you start wondering if this is just what getting old means. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be this way. The medical term for this problem is Nocturia. It means waking up at night to urinate. And while it's incredibly common, especially among older Americans, it's not normal. Your body isn't designed to interrupt your sleep like this. Something is going wrong, and I'm going to show you exactly how to fix it. With 3 steps that are so simple, you'll wonder why nobody told you about them before. Now, before I dive into the solution, let me explain what's really happening inside your body. This is important because once you understand the why, the how makes perfect sense. During the day, you're up and moving around, right? You're standing, sitting, walking to the mailbox, doing dishes, running errands. And while you're doing all of that, gravity is working against you. It's pulling fluids down into your legs and feet. Think of your legs like 2 giant sponges, slowly absorbing water throughout the day. By evening, you might notice your ankles look a little swollen. Your shoes feel tighter. Your calves feel heavy. Most people don't pay much attention to this. They figure it's just part of aging. But here's what happens next, and this is the critical part. When you finally lie down at night, gravity stops holding those fluids in your legs. They start flowing back into your bloodstream. Your kidneys filter that extra fluid, and guess where it goes? Straight into your bladder. So even though you stopped drinking water hours ago, your bladder keeps filling up all night long. It's like trying to sleep while someone keeps pouring water into a bucket next to your bed. Eventually, it overflows, and you have to get up. For men, there's often another layer to this problem, an enlarged prostate. As men age, the prostate grows and starts squeezing the urethra, making it harder to fully empty the bladder. So even when you go to the bathroom right before bed, you're not getting everything out. There's still urine sitting there, taking up space, which means your bladder fills up faster. For women, weakened pelvic floor muscles after childbirth or menopause can cause similar issues. The bladder doesn't hold as much as it used to, and it sends urgent signals, even when it's not completely full. Then, there are the drinks that make everything worse. coffee, black tea, sodas, alcohol. They all irritate the bladder and act as diuretics, making you produce even more urine. I've had patients tell me they have one glass of wine with dinner and they're up 4 times that night. The wine isn't just relaxing you, it's forcing your kidneys into overdrive. Now here's what most doctors will tell you. Stop drinking fluids after 6 p.m. And sure, that helps a little, but it doesn't solve the root problem, and it comes with serious risks. Dehydration in older adults can cause confusion, dizziness, kidney problems, even dangerous falls. I've seen too many patients end up in the emergency room because they were so desperate to stop nighttime urination that they stopped drinking water altogether. That's not the answer. The real answer is managing how your body processes fluids throughout the entire day and preparing your system properly before bed. That's where my 3-step protocol comes in. I've tested this with hundreds of patients over the past decade, and the results are remarkable. Most people see improvement within the first week. By the end of the month, they're sleeping through the entire night. So let me walk you through each step, exactly how to do it, and why it works. Step 1 is what I call gravity discharge. This is the foundation of everything. An hour and a half before you plan to go to bed, I want you to lie down on your couch or bed with your legs elevated. Not just propped up on a small pillow. I mean really elevated. Your feet should be higher than your heart. Use 2 or 3 firm pillows, or better yet, get a wedge-shaped cushion designed for leg elevation. You can find these online or at any medical supply store for about $20 or $30. Now stay in that position for 20 to 30 minutes. You don't have to do anything special. Read a book, watch TV, talk to your spouse. Just relax and let gravity do its job. What's happening during this time is magical. Remember all that fluid that's been pooling in your legs all day? Now it's draining back into your circulation while you're still awake. Your kidneys are filtering it, and you'll feel the urge to use the bathroom. That's exactly what you want. You're emptying your bladder before bed, using up that excess fluid, so it's not waking you up at 2 a.m. You're essentially giving your body a head start on the work it would otherwise be doing in the middle of the night. I remember Robert. He's a 71-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. He came to my office absolutely exhausted. He told me, "Doctor, I haven't slept more than 3 hours straight in 5 years. I'm irritable, I can't focus. I don't even want to go on vacation anymore because I'm embarrassed about waking up my wife and everyone else in the hotel." When I suggested gravity discharge, he looked at me like I was crazy. He said, "You're telling me to lie down with my feet up for half an hour, and that's supposed to fix this?" I told him, "Robert, I know it sounds too simple, but trust me. Try it every single night for 1 week. Don't skip a day." He called me 6 days later. I could hear the excitement in his voice. "Dr. Ramirez, I only got up once last night." Once! I can't remember the last time that happened. By the second week, he was sleeping through the entire night. His energy came back. His mood improved. His wife told me, "Doctor, you gave me my husband back." Now I need to give you an important warning here. Gravity discharge is safe for most people, but not for everyone. If you have severe heart failure, talk to your cardiologist first, because changing your fluid distribution quickly can put strain on your heart. If you notice swelling in just one leg, especially if it's painful or warm to the touch, do not elevate it. That could be a blood clot, and you need to see a doctor immediately. If you have very low blood pressure or get dizzy easily, be careful when you stand back up after elevating your legs. Take it slow. And if you have open wounds or ulcers on your legs or feet, check with your doctor before trying this. For everyone else, this is one of the safest and most effective things you can do. And the benefits go way beyond just sleeping better. When you elevate your legs regularly, you improve circulation. You reduce swelling in your ankles and feet. You prevent those painful nighttime leg cramps that jolt you awake. You take pressure off your veins and joints. Patients tell me their legs feel lighter, more energized during the day. One woman, Martha, 68 years old from Texas, told me she had suffered from terrible leg cramps for years. She'd wake up screaming, having to jump out of bed and walk around the room until the cramp released. After just 1 week of gravity discharge, the cramps disappeared completely. She said, "Doctor, I didn't even realize the cramps and the bathroom trips were related. Now both problems are gone." So that's step 1, gravity discharge. Elevate your legs for 20 to 30 minutes, an hour and a half before bed. Do it every single night. Don't skip it. This drains the excess fluid from your legs before you lie down to sleep, so your kidneys aren't working overtime all night long. Now let's move to step 2, complete bladder emptying. This step is just as important as the first one, and most people have no idea they're not doing this correctly. Here's what I want you to do. When you go to the bathroom right before bed, after you've finished urinating, don't just stand up and walk away. Wait. Give it 30 seconds. Then lean forward slightly if you're sitting or if you're standing. Shift your weight and try to urinate again. You might be surprised that a little more comes out. That's residual urine. It's urine that was sitting in your bladder but didn't come out the first time because of weak pelvic muscles, an enlarged prostate, or just poor technique. This is especially important for men. The prostate can create a kind of blockage that prevents complete emptying. You think you're done, but there's still urine trapped in there. For women, weak pelvic floor muscles, after pregnancy or menopause, mean the bladder doesn't contract as strongly as it used to. So even when you feel empty, you're not. That leftover urine is taking up space. It means your bladder reaches full capacity faster during the night. If you completely empty your bladder before bed, you're giving yourself more time before the next urgent signal. I had a patient named George, 74 years old, from Florida. He was a veteran, very disciplined guy, but he was getting up 3 times every night like clockwork. We tried everything: medication, cutting fluids, even a prescription that was supposed to relax his bladder. Nothing worked. Then I taught him this double voiding technique. Urinate, wait 30 seconds, lean forward, and try again. Within 3 nights, he went from 3 bathroom trips to 1. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping through the night completely. He told me, "Doc, I spent thousands of dollars on medications and supplements, and all I needed was to wait 30 seconds. Why didn't anyone tell me this before?" That's my question too. This is basic physiology, but somehow it's not common knowledge. So I'm telling you now, double void. Every single time you go to the bathroom, especially before bed, get everything out. Leave nothing behind. You're not in a rush. Take your time. This one simple habit can cut your nighttime bathroom trips in half. Now here's another tip that goes hand in hand with complete emptying. Pelvic floor exercises, also called Kegel exercises. These strengthen the muscles that control your bladder. For men and women, these exercises can make a huge difference. You contract the muscles you'd use to stop urinating midstream, hold for 5 seconds, then relax. Do this 10 times, 3 times a day. It sounds simple, but over time, it rebuilds strength and control. You'll find you can hold urine longer, you'll empty more completely, and you'll have fewer urgent episodes during the day and night. I recommend starting these exercises while you're implementing the other 2 steps. The combination is incredibly powerful. Okay, step 3. This is where we talk about timing your fluid intake correctly. Now, I'm not telling you to stop drinking water. That's dangerous. Dehydration causes way more problems than frequent urination. What I'm saying is, drink smart. Front load your hydration. Drink most of your water in the morning and early afternoon. If you need 8 glasses of water a day, have 5 or 6 of them before 3 p.m. Then taper off gradually in the evening. This doesn't mean you can't have anything to drink after dinner. You can absolutely have a small glass of water or a cup of herbal tea. The key word is small, 4 to 6 ounces, not 16. And avoid anything with caffeine or alcohol after 6 p.m. Coffee, black tea, green tea, soda, beer, wine. All of these irritate your bladder and increase urine production dramatically. Even decaf coffee has some caffeine in it, so switch to truly caffeine-free herbal teas if you want something warm and soothing at night. chamomile, peppermint, lemon balm. These are great choices. They relax you without overloading your system. I want to tell you about Linda, 69 years old, from Michigan. She loved her evening routine, a big mug of chamomile tea, at least 12 ounces, right before bed. She thought it was helping her sleep, but she was getting up 4 times a night. When I suggested cutting that tea down to just 4 ounces, she was resistant. She said, "Doctor, that's my comfort. That's my ritual. I can't give that up." I told her, "Linda, I'm not asking you to give it up. I'm asking you to adjust the amount. You can still have your tea, your ritual, your comfort. Just make it a smaller cup." She tried it reluctantly. Within a week, she went from 4 bathroom trips to 2. 2 weeks later, she was down to 1, or sometimes 0. She came back to my office smiling. She said, "I can't believe something so small made such a big difference. I still have my tea, I still feel relaxed, but now I'm actually sleeping. That's the power of timing. Your body doesn't care if you drink 8 glasses of water, as long as you're spacing them out intelligently. Think of your bladder like a fuel tank. If you're constantly topping it off, especially right before you need to park the car for the night, you're going to have overflow problems. But if you fill up early in the day and let the tank run down, naturally by evening, you're in great shape." Another thing people don't think about is mouth dryness at night. A lot of my patients tell me they wake up with a dry mouth, so they keep a glass of water on the nightstand and chug it down every time they wake up. This creates a vicious cycle. You wake up because your bladder's full, you go to the bathroom, your mouth feels dry, so you drink a big glass of water, which fills your bladder again, and you're up 2 hours later. Instead, rinse your mouth with a little bit of water. Swish it around, spit it out, don't swallow, or suck on a small ice chip. That moistens your mouth without adding a bunch of fluid to your system. Most of the time, that nighttime thirst isn't real dehydration. It's just dry mouth from breathing through your mouth while you sleep, or from medications that reduce saliva production. I treated a man named James, 76, from California. Every time he woke up to use the bathroom, he'd drink a full glass of water. He thought he was doing the right thing, staying hydrated. But he was waking up 5 times a night, and the water was making it worse. When I told him to just rinse his mouth instead of drinking, he was skeptical. But he tried it. 3 days later, he called me. "Doctor, I thought I'd wake up dehydrated, but I feel fine, and I'm only getting up twice now instead of 5 times." That was the breakthrough. So let me recap the 3 steps for you, because I want this to be crystal clear. Step 1, gravity discharge. Elevate your legs higher than your heart for 20 to 30 minutes, an hour and a half before bed. This drains excess fluid from your legs while you're still awake, so your kidneys aren't working overtime at night. Step 2, complete bladder emptying. When you go to the bathroom before bed, urinate, wait 30 seconds, then try again. Make sure you're completely empty. This buys you more time before your bladder sends another urgent signal. Step 3, smart fluid timing. Drink most of your water before 3 p.m. Taper off in the evening. Avoid caffeine and alcohol after 6 p.m. Have small amounts of herbal tea if you want, but not large quantities. These 3 steps work together. They're not magic, they're not complicated, they're based on simple physiology and common sense. But they're incredibly effective. When you do all 3 consistently, your body gets into a rhythm. Your kidneys process fluids during the day. Your bladder empties completely before bed. Your system stays calm and balanced throughout the night. And you finally get to sleep straight through without interruptions. Now I want to talk about what happens when you actually achieve this. What changes in your life when you're no longer waking up multiple times every night? Because the benefits go far beyond just getting more sleep. First, your energy comes back. Deep, uninterrupted sleep is when your body repairs itself. Your brain clears out waste products, consolidates memories, and resets for the next day. When you're constantly waking up, you never get into deep sleep or REM sleep. You're stuck in light sleep, which doesn't restore you. Patients tell me they feel like a fog has lifted from their mind. They can think clearly again. They remember names and appointments. They can focus on reading or watching a movie without falling asleep. Second, your mood improves dramatically. Chronic sleep deprivation makes people irritable, anxious, and depressed. When you start sleeping through the night, your emotional resilience comes back. You have patience for your spouse, your kids, your grandkids. You enjoy activities again. You want to socialize. One woman told me, "Doctor, I didn't realize how much my lack of sleep was affecting my marriage. I was snapping at my husband constantly. Now that I'm rested, we actually laugh together again." Third, you reduce your risk of falls and injuries. Every time you get up in the dark to use the bathroom, you're risking a trip, a stumble, a fall. Hip fractures in older adults often happen during nighttime bathroom trips. A broken hip can lead to surgery, long recovery times, loss of independence, even death in severe cases. When you're not getting up multiple times every night, you're simply safer. You're not navigating dark hallways half asleep. Fourth, your partner sleeps better too. If you share a bed, your partner's waking up every time you do. The mattress shifts, the floor creaks, the bathroom light comes on. Over time, this wears down their sleep quality too. Couples tell me that once one person starts sleeping through the night, the other person's sleep improves dramatically as well. Everyone in the household benefits. Fifth, you maintain your independence. This is huge. Good sleep gives you the energy and mental clarity to keep taking care of yourself. You can cook your own meals, drive safely, manage your medications, live in your own home. Poor sleep leads to fatigue, confusion, poor decision-making, and eventually loss of independence. When older adults start sleeping well again, they often tell me, "Doctor, I feel like I got my life back. I can do the things I love again. I'm not just surviving, I'm actually living." I want to tell you one more story. His name is Ernest. He's 79 years old, from Illinois. When he first came to see me, he was defeated. He said, "Doctor, I thought waking up all night was just part of getting old. I figured I had to accept it." He had stopped going to his weekly card game because he was too tired. He stopped walking in the park with his buddies because he didn't have energy. He was isolated, exhausted, and honestly, depressed. I taught him the 3-step protocol. Within 2 weeks, everything changed. He started sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours straight. His energy returned. He went back to his card game. He started walking again. He called me after a month and said, "Dr. Ramirez, I didn't just get my sleep back. I got my freedom back." That's what this is really about. Freedom. The freedom to live your life without being controlled by your bladder. The freedom to travel, to visit family, to sleep in a hotel without embarrassment. The freedom to wake up feeling rested, strong, and capable. Now I know some of you are thinking, "Okay, doctor, this sounds great, but will it really work for me? Maybe I'm different. Maybe my situation is more complicated." Let me address that. This protocol works for the vast majority of people with nocturia. It doesn't matter if you're 60 or 90. It doesn't matter if you've been dealing with this for 1 year or 20 years. The principles are the same. Manage fluid distribution during the day, empty your bladder completely before bed, time your fluid intake intelligently, your body will respond. That said, there are some cases where medical intervention is necessary. If you have severe prostate enlargement that's completely blocking urine flow, you may need medication or surgery. If you have uncontrolled diabetes that's causing excessive urination, you need to work with your doctor to get your blood sugar under control. If you have a urinary tract infection, you need antibiotics. If you have sleep apnea that's disrupting your sleep and increasing nighttime urination, you need treatment for that. My 3-step protocol is incredibly effective, but it's not a replacement for treating underlying medical conditions. It works best when combined with appropriate medical care. If you've tried these 3 steps consistently for 4 weeks and you're not seeing improvement, please see a doctor. Get a full evaluation. There may be something else going on that needs attention. But for most people, these simple changes are all you need. Let me also say this. Don't expect perfection overnight. Your body needs time to adjust to a new routine. The first few nights, you might still wake up once or twice. That's okay. You're retraining decades of habits. Stick with it. By the end of the first week, you should notice improvement. By the end of the first month, most people are sleeping through the entire night or waking up just once. Be patient with yourself. Consistency is more important than perfection. And please, don't try to do too much at once. Don't suddenly stop drinking all fluids after noon. Don't eliminate every beverage you enjoy. Make gradual, sustainable changes. Replace your evening coffee with herbal tea. Start elevating your legs for just 15 minutes if 30 feels like too much. Build the double voiding habit slowly. Small changes done consistently create lasting results. I also want to encourage you to track your progress. Keep a simple sleep journal. Write down how many times you woke up each night. Note how you felt in the morning. After 2 weeks, look back and compare. You'll see the improvement in black and white, which is incredibly motivating. Many of my patients tell me that seeing their progress written down keeps them committed to the protocol, even on nights when they're tempted to skip a step. Remember, sleeping through the night isn't a luxury. It's not something only young people get to enjoy. It's a basic human need, and you deserve it. You deserve to wake up feeling rested. You deserve to have energy for the things and people you love. You deserve to live without fear of falling in the dark or embarrassment about your bladder. These 3 steps can give you that. They've worked for thousands of my patients, and they can work for you too. So, starting tonight, I want you to try this. Set a timer for an hour and a half before your normal bedtime. When it goes off, lie down on your couch or bed with your legs elevated higher than your heart. Stay there for 20 to 30 minutes. When you feel the urge to use the bathroom, go. Then, right before you actually get into bed for the night, use the bathroom again. Urinate. Wait 30 seconds. Try again. Make sure you're completely empty. And finally, if you haven't already, stop drinking large amounts of fluid. Have just a small amount if you need something, preferably caffeine-free herbal tea or water. That's it. Do these 3 things tonight, tomorrow night, and every night after that. If this video has touched your heart in any way, let me know by clicking the like button, sharing it with someone you care about, or typing one in the comments. And if you wish to continue walking this path with me, exploring health, healing, and deeper living in your golden years, don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell icon. Every week I will be right here with you, reminding all of us that we are still alive,